Captain America Brave New World is reportedly getting extensive reshoots after negative test scores. 3 major sequences will be cut, with reshoots apparently happening from January to May. Wow, that's insane. I think that was mostly done. I think they finished filming that right before the strike happened. That's definitely, again, further going to bloat this movie's budget. For several months, they're going to be doing reshoots. I guess the friends and family of production crew, they're the ones that will attend these test screenings. But I wonder if that's the case here, because I know that from that Variety article, they said that the Marvels had a test screening that was in Texas, and they said that it was kind of like mid reactions. Not great, obviously, not what they were hoping for. Wow, because this movie was basically done. This was done. They got this in right before the strike, and I can't believe that they're having to redo these things so extensively after finishing it. So that's definitely going to bloat this budget, probably up to close to $300 million, if not exceeding that, because this is one of their biggest films that they were expecting. Reshoots with Chris Evans. That's interesting. Possibly. So I don't know if y'all have seen this, but recent promotional footage for the Marvels, they included, like most of the trailer, started out with footage from Endgame, focusing on Tony Stark and Steve, most of their character arcs throughout the entire series, actually. And they had nothing to do with the Marvels. They had nothing to do with that movie. A significant amount of that trailer was used to focus on those heroes to promote this new movie, which had nothing to do with the Marvels itself. It's that actually, I think, could be a very viable possibility. So I think Chris Evans has talked about before whether he would consider coming back, and I think he was agreeable to it only under certain circumstances. Like, there had to be a really good reason, a story reason for him to return. And so I think it really has to be a very compelling story, a good story for him to return. I don't think he's going to come back for something that's like Ant-Man-esque. When a movie needs to do extensive reshoots, that's never a good sign. Yeah, this is extremely extensive, because I know that reshoots can happen to like tinker with some things, and because I think even Doom Part 1 they did some reshoots. It wasn't that extensive at all, and they had actually planned for it. They gave themselves this window of time to do that for, in case they needed to reshoot some things. That was already planned for them, or in the schedule, to have reshoots done if they needed to do it. And so yes, they took advantage of that. And I think that was only done in Hungary. So they filmed in Hungary for the studio shots, and of course they filmed on location in Jordan. But I think it was only in Hungary that they did some reshoots. So they probably most likely adjusted some things either on Getty Prime or Caladan scenes possibly. Lady Jessica was there. I remember Rebecca Ferguson commenting on that. But that wasn't the same situation at all. But people at the time were saying, yeah, that's normal. And yeah, that's normal. But then you have cases where Rise of Skywalker, where they were basically writing and editing in real time on set, because they had no idea leading right up to filming what they were going to do. And Daisy Ridley came out and said that at the start of filming, she had no idea who her background was. She didn't know if she was Obi-Wan's granddaughter. She had no idea what her lineage was. And I bet she was surprised. And they did say later that they were like doing reshoots on the fly, writing on the fly as well, having to adjust. When you hear about that production, just pure chaos. And you could tell by the finished product. So that's not normal either. And that seems like in keeping with this. But with this, they filmed the whole thing, then saw it, and like, oh, audiences don't like it. We're going to like redo a third of the movie. I could be overstating things, but it said 3 major sequences. So either way, they're like 3 significant parts of the film. And the fact that it's occurring from January to May, that's a lot. That's a long time. The thing is, they made this bed. They are the ones that orchestrated the dismantling of the Avengers. They're the ones who decided that Iron Man needed to be killed off. They're the ones who decided that Captain America needed to be aged up to an old man, to basically he's useless. He's not going to be involved anymore. Get rid of him. Get rid of Black Widow. Thor do his own thing. And they got rid of them because, oh, now it's the female superheroes time. I don't know. Or the young Avengers, too. It's not just these other heroes. It's not just Captain Marvel and She-Hulk and all that. They're trying to do this young Avengers thing. And who wanted that? Who asked for that? That's not going to bring people into the theaters in droves. When you had like these huge tentpole movies like Age of Ultron, like all of the Avengers ones did so great. You had ones that were just iconic. Iron Man is just still superb to this day. Who wants to see a young Avengers team up with Kate Bishop, Kamala Khan, Ant-Man's daughter, Hulk's son, which, he did not look good in the end of She-Hulk. That was... That's like stuff that should be relegated to a cartoon series. It's not like that hasn't been done before. It has, but it just doesn't have that great appeal to general audiences as the main superheroes like Batman, Superman, and the main ones. And yeah, then you have the kid versions, they're proteges, but those don't really have the same draw. It's good for another medium. It's good for cartoons, for animation, actually, and it does quite well. I love Teen Titans. Of course, now they have the more serious Teen Titans live action, but cartoon is great. And Young Justice, I believe that was called, that was good. It worked for that format. So yeah, it's like they're trying to do that. They're trying to do a Young Avengers team up thing, which I don't know if that's supposed to be part of the multiverse saga, as well as trying to do this multiverse Kang thing. And just, they made this thing. They got rid of the original Avengers, but they didn't know really who was going to be the next Avengers, or they didn't have that immediate plan in place, because they never said, they never just really definitively stated who is the leader of the Avengers now. It seemed like they tried to put out these films and see what fans responded to, and then probably make the decision. But then what they put out, no one was responding to it.